Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to start this new year talking about manifesting and just basically creating a life that feels magical. Manifestation to me is less about asking for more and just more about learning how to see. It's about choosing how we show up in our lives, what we give our energy to, and how we can gently guide ourselves towards what feels meaningful and true. That way we can actually build a reality into something that actually supports us, a world that actually meets our needs rather than asking more of us. And through that process, we begin to learn what truly matters to us and what makes us feel deeply, genuinely happy. For me, manifestation is also about working through our desires and just getting curious where they come from. Sometimes we simply focus on the surface level want without actually asking what's underneath it. For example, you might want to manifest more money. Why? Is it safety, freedom, creativity, rest, the ability to live more freely? When we work backwards like this, we're able to actually connect with the feeling we're actually longing for. And once you understand the feeling you're trying to create, it becomes much easier to shape your life around it through your mindset, your habits, and even the way you treat yourself day to day. That's the kind of manifestation I personally believe in. Gentle, intentional, and rooted in real life. So I'm going to be splitting this video into two parts. I'm not just going to be talking about manifestation techniques. I will get there in the end, but first I want to talk about ways you can actually just live a more magical life and just talk about mindset and perspectives before we get onto the manifestation techniques. So this is really crucial and important because you've got to have a positive mindset and you've got to be appreciative and happy for where you are. Otherwise, you're just building on this negativity or this unhappiness. And manifestation blossoms on happiness and positivity and being appreciative. And only then can you truly believe that good things are going to happen and that your desires are going to come to fruition. All good things are born from positivity. Let's talk about ways that you can enjoy your life as it is and figure out how you can make your life more magical. So, the power of positive thinking and gratitude. Let's look at positivity as a lens and not toxic positivity or unrealistic positivity, but just focusing on the good rather than the negative, seeing the world as glass half full. Even if things haven't gone your way, maybe today you hope that it would be a beautiful sunny day, but instead it's dark and gloomy and rainy. You can use that to get cozy, watch a movie, snuggle with your furry friends. It's all about shaping your life and using what tools there is or what the reality has given you and making it the best that it can be. And it also helps you notice what is already working for you. It makes you focus and harness your energy into not just good things, but it helps you realize out of those good things what truly feels electric and feels exciting and makes you want to get out of bed in the morning. And just generally, small shifts in thought can really change how a day feels, even if nothing changes externally. Finding beauty in everyday moments. Think of magic as something quiet and ordinary, not aesthetically pleasing or over the top or these grand gestures and things. It's those little in-between moments that really make life worth living. Whether it's making your morning coffee, whether it's going for a walk on a sunny day, whether it's whatever it is. Those ordinary in-between moments. Linger in those moments a little bit more. Notice them, enjoy them more. And through that, it's like conduit, a vessel where you can really hone in on the feelings you're trying to find and just training yourself to notice instead of constantly seeking more. The only way to manifest a life that feels like magic is to have every moment feel whimsical, feel magic, and we can't constantly live our life in big gestures and grand moments and constantly just waiting for the next big thing to happen. It's those everyday moments that are so important, whatever that might be. Practicing mindfulness and presence. Being present is such a good form of self-respect and respect for your time. Being present and lingering in moments and not sitting on your phone or scrolling or anything like that, and it makes time last longer. And just slowing down really helps you try to experience the life you're trying to manifest. Another thing is creating a vision of what a magical life looks like. So taking the time to sit down with yourself and define what magic looks like. What does a magical life look like for you? Is it peace? Is it safety? Is it creativity? Is it softness? Is it adventure? Rather than copying others or maybe looking on Pinterest or something like that, just sitting and really figuring out what makes your heart skip, what makes your life feel electric when you experience it. And just let that vision, let those ideas be emotional and not for the sake of being aesthetically pleasing or for the sake of others or what others would decide to put on their list to manifest. Let it be things that really mean something to you and a life that means something to you. Another great thing to do is journaling for reflection and clarity. What has worked out for you and maybe what hasn't, and focus on those things that worked out and the parts of your day, those little moments, those big moments, everything in between, what worked out for you, what you really enjoyed, what the highlight of your day or highlights of your day, and try and include those more. It's not a way to fix yourself, it's a way to really understand you. And I think writing is a really great way to just meet yourself exactly where you are. And I think it's really important also to constantly be asking yourself, does this make me happy? And, journaling and looking through your day and thinking about all the lovely little moments that you experienced. It really makes you not just understand yourself, but that will change and shift over time, and you will enjoy different things at different parts and points in your life. So it's a thing that is ever growing and something that we need to always do, so we are always connected to ourselves and our desires instead of just we're doing the same thing over and over because we think it's what we enjoy. But sometimes it's good to go out of the box and experience something new and just check in with ourselves and figure out what really makes us tick. Setting intentions and affirmations. It's really easy to set intentions and feel a lot of pressure from that, but maybe use it more of a direction and have it as a guide. And it doesn't have to be super specific. For example, you could just have the intention that this week you're going to be more present, you're going to smile more, or you're going to try to fill those segments of time instead of scrolling on your phone. You're going to just sit and notice what's around you, or do little creative things like colouring, or go on a morning walk or something instead. And think of affirmations that are believable and grounding and not, again, full of pressure or that feel cheesy or even feeling forced. Just affirmations that either guide you towards who you want to be and yet they still feel like you, or affirmations that are emotional and make you see yourself in a new light. Embracing a growth mindset and openness. Again, allowing yourself to change your mind and evolve, and seeing uncertainty as potential rather than failure, and thinking from a standpoint of what if? it could happen, or you never know. It's worth a shot. It doesn't have to be, this is going to happen. Those simple changes in thought can really change your life. They shift you from almost being a non-believer to thinking it's worth a shot. Why not? What's the worst that can happen? And also, why not just try it? Why not put myself out there? Why not do more of that in my life? Why not embrace this more? Why not be more present? Surrounding yourself with inspiring people and environments. This is so important. The spaces you are in, the media you look at every day, and the energy you surround yourself quietly and slowly are always shaping your mindset. So it's so important to ask yourself regularly, do I consume media that makes me feel inspired, that makes me feel positive, that makes me feel welcomed, that makes me feel important, that makes me feel good, rather than media that makes you feel like you're less than because you don't have what they have? You might want what they have, and that inspires you, but it also makes you feel insecure or jealous or less than, or like your life isn't as exciting because you don't have those things, or because your life doesn't look like that. It's important to constantly ask yourself about the people you spend your time with, media you look at and listen to, and the energy you surround yourself with. Every couple of months, I will go through all my social media, which isn't much. I literally only have Instagram. The rest is like Pinterest and Tumblr and stuff like that. And I've put a limit on my Instagram so I can only spend so much time on it every day, which is so important. But I go through all the people that I follow on there regularly and think, do they bring me joy? Do they inspire me? Do they give me positive, good ideas? So yeah, think about the media you intake. Think about the people you spend your life with. Think about the energy you spend your life with. That is part one, which is all about a positive mindset, a magical mindset, and ways to live your life more magically. But now let's talk about manifestation techniques. Manifestation is how intention becomes something lived, not just imagined. So the first thing you can do is visualization practices. Sit and visualize your dream life, but focus on the feelings within that. How does it make you feel? Letting visualization be calming and not goal orientated or obsessed, just focusing on the feelings that you get when you think about your most greatest desires. And then you know to look for those feelings in your everyday life. Another idea is vision boards and creative visualization. So think of vision boards as moods and atmospheres. Think of them as vibes, as emotions, as moods that you want to intake, and using images that make you feel hopeful, inspired, and safe. I love doing vision boards, and I love doing them on Pinterest because I don't have a printer or anything like that. And I think sometimes you think, oh, I have to put all these pictures together, then I've got to print them off, then I've got to stick them on a board and da-da-da-da. And sometimes you don't have the time for that. I don't have the time for that. So I use Pinterest. And I have it on private, and I tend to do one at the start of every year, and the things that I want to welcome in for that year. And it starts showing me more pictures like that. Just making vision boards, looking at those images, know what to look for more of in life. You have to look at those images and say, that will happen. When the time is right, that will happen. But in the meantime, I'm going to work on it. I'm going to enjoy my life. I'm going to be positive. I'm going to be creative. I'm going to inspire people. And through that, and going through that tunnel from a more negative mindset, going through a tunnel of positivity and inspiration and creativity, reach your goals that way and become closer to your desires. because that's where they are. They're on the side of positivity, they're on the side of happiness, they're on the side of being inspired. Affirmations and positive self-talk. So we've obviously spoken about affirmations, but it's also about catching how you speak to yourself and about other people. Having a positive mindset mainly has to come from you being kind to yourself. And if you ever think, I can't do this, I can't achieve this, I don't deserve this, catch those thoughts, stop those thoughts, and replace those thoughts. And it's the same speaking about other people. We can't hope to change the world or live in a better world if we are going to be negative to others. And it still affects our brain, affects our mood, being negative, focusing on the bad. If you are really truly living a wonderful, magical world, you're not jealous or envious of other people because you are living life exactly how you want to live it. And so just replace that harsh inner dialogue with something more neutral or kind. Scripting your ideal life. It's about getting creative with it. Write and script your ideal life, and it's so fun to do. And sometimes I do like looking on Pinterest just for images. I like looking at artwork because I find that really inspiring. Using meditation and mindfulness to connect with your goals. Using those moments of stillness to listen to what you actually want and checking in with your body and not just your thoughts. What makes your body happy as well. But those moments of stillness within meditation are so powerful because they're never about materialistic things most of the time. Stillness and softness and beautiful moments that feel like they will last forever. And so try and do some meditation. With all of this, we also need to take inspired action and trust the process. Think of ways you can achieve your goals and work backwards. You've got that goal and that's in your future, but you're here now. So work backwards. Okay, to get that, I need to be able to do that. But before I do that, I need to be able to do that. And before that, I need to do that. So work backwards on how you can achieve that goal. Think of actions that feel aligned and not forced or rushed. And also trusting that small, tiny, minute steps still count. And you should be so proud of yourself for those tiny steps. Because no matter what, that is in that direction. Now, this one is easier said than done. But letting go of limiting beliefs and doubts. Noticing inherited or old stories that no longer fit. People might think of you in a certain way, or you think of yourself in a certain way, and you think, I'm not the type of person to be able to achieve that because I'm not that type of person. People don't see me that way. Well, you obviously are because you're passionate about it. You're inspired by it. And there's a link there. So it is who you are. And just forgetting what others have said, how others think of you. Forget about times maybe you've tried and failed, or times that maybe it hasn't worked out, or hasn't worked out how you wished, because every day is a new day. And you can try 1,000 times, and it might not be till the 1,000th time. But if it matters enough to you, if it is everything you've ever desired, it is worth believing in yourself for. It's okay to let doubt exist without letting it lead. Aligning daily habits with your goals. So think of tiny rituals over dramatic routines. Think of small things that you can do that align with the mindset of who you want to become, or who does what you want to do, or who lives the life that you want to lead. Little routines every single day that align with those goals, that align with that path. And just thinking how consistency can be gentle. It doesn't have to be strict. It can be so gentle and completely align with who you are. And your daily habits and your daily routines has to at the end of the day. So make it gentle, make it fit your life, make it fit you. And my last point, celebrating the small wins. Honouring process that isn't visible or necessarily impressive. As long as you are shifting yourself towards your desires, shifting yourself towards being a better person, aligning with who you want to be. And celebrations don't have to be massive and over the top. It can be quiet and personal and intentional. You can say to yourself, well done, I did that today, and I'm going to do a little bit more tomorrow. That is basically all my ideas on ways to live more magically and ways to manifest. But yeah, as always, if you like this video, please give it a like, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye.